here's how I look at the gospel in the Bible, the good news of Jesus. Our sin keeps us in chains and shackles, and it's a constant cycle of shame before we come to the Lord, and a cycle of sin and depression and anxiety because we don't have peace about our situation, about how things are going to work out. But Jesus, he died for us so that all of this could be fixed. We were in the darkness, but he has called us into his marvelous light. So what does that mean? We are in our sin, we're in our shame, we're in the darkness, but he's called us, he died for us. The word called, it means to invite, to call forth. It's not something we've worked for, not something we could ever earn. It's what Jesus did for us. It's his finished work on the cross, and it's something we accept, and we accept them through claiming God's promises, that he died for us, he rose again for us, and he's left us all these wonderful promises for us to have peace. He's promised that he's our strength when we're weak. He promised everything's going to work out if we love him and we trust in him, and we're called for his purpose. And so remember, this our life before Christ, that's like a prison cell. It's chained. We're in chains and shackles. We're in this prison cell, but Jesus walks into our prison cell, and he says, he's there to do our time. He says, go ahead, walk free. And right on that cross, Jesus, he did our time. He paid our punishment. He paid the price of death for our sin. We deserve death for our sin, and he paid that on the cross. And so, a lot of people before, and all of us at one point, before we accept Christ, we're in our prison cell when Jesus has already paid the price. Why are we still in prison, and why are we still sitting in our shame and our depression and anxiety in our prison cell when somebody already has done the time for us, already paid the punishment and the price for us? So, and the Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You are free, my friend. You are a son or a daughter of God, and you are free from the bondage of sin and and everything. You're free from that. You're free from the bondage of sin. And the Bible says, he whom the Son sets free is free indeed. So walk free. Walk in, Bible says, Paul says in Galatians, let's walk in the newness of life, because that's what we have. Our old self has died, and we're walking free out of our prison cell with a new life, with a clean slate in righteousness, living this life to God, and that's how it should be done. So let's stop. And even us people who have accepted Christ, sometimes we can still continue to walk in our shame, in depression, anxiety, fear, doubt. And that's the prison cell. Why even as people why none of us should be sitting in that prison cell any longer. It's because the punishment, the price, it's already been paid. Let's walk free, my friends. Let's go.